Good morning. It is Tuesday, July 17th, 2018 at 11:10 a.m. Alright, let's look at what we come across today. What we know about the Air Force's new military space plane. I looked at this 21-second video, and this is mostly what you could see, the closest shot of it, of the plane. It just like zooms off, and then that's the end of the video. But let's read the article. A decade after the U.S. Air Force commissioned the new generation of GPS satellites, the first of these spacecraft is finally set to launch into orbit later this year. As with other national security missions, a roughly 200-foot tall rocket will blast the massive satellite to space, fulfilling a contract worth more than $80 million. But as nations develop technology to disable or shoot down satellites, as China did to one of its own satellites with a ground-based ballistic missile in 2007, the U.S. military has started to look at options for rapidly and cheaply launching smaller craft into space. An experimental program spearheaded by Pentagon Research Agency could be part of the solution. The Defense Advanced Research Program Agency, along with the aerospace giant Boeing Co., is developing a reusable spaceplane expected to launch small satellites 10 times in 10 days. The vehicle's first test flight is set for 2021, with hints at the Defense Department's growing interest in reusable rocketry technology, particularly its potential to drive down launch costs and speed up turnaround time. In recent weeks, the spaceplane's rocket engine, known as the AR-22, completed 10 test fires in 240 hours without the need for refurbishments or major repairs, said Jeff Haynes, program manager at Aero Rocketdyne. The test firing took place at NASA Stennis Space Center in Mississippi from June 26th to July 6th. So, the Air Force has a new military spaceplane. Don't know how many secret planes they have, and that they're releasing this one now, but it's good to see some new space stuff out there. Alright. Soundwaves reveal diamond cache deep in Earth's interior. There may be more than a quadrillion tons of diamond hidden under Earth's interior, according to a new study from MIT and other universities, but the new results are unlikely to set off a diamond rush. The scientists estimate the precious minerals are buried more than 100 miles below the surface, far deeper than any drilling expedition has ever reached. The ultra-deep cache may be scattered with tectonic roots, the oldest and most immovable sections of rock that lie beneath the center of most continental tectonic plates. Shaped like inverted mountains, cratons can stretch as deep as 200 miles through the Earth's crust and its mantle. Geologists refer to the deepest sections as roots. In the new study, scientists estimate the cratonic roots may contain 1 to 2% diamond. Considering the total volume of cratonic roots on the Earth, the team figures that about a quadrillion tons of diamond are scattered within these ancient rocks, 90 to 150 miles below the surface. This shows that diamond is not perhaps this exotic material, but the geological scale of things is relatively common. A research scientist in MIT's Department of Earth, Atmospheric and Planetary Sciences says, "We can't get at them, but still there is much more diamond there than we have ever thought before." So, there is a lot of diamond inside the crust of the Earth. That's, how much was it again? A quadrillion tons of diamond. That is a lot of diamond. Alright. Vanuatu Earthquake. Magnitude 6 earthquake hits volcano island that worships Prince Philip. A powerful magnitude 6 earthquake struck off one of the islands of the Republic of Vanuatu, the United States Geological Survey said, and just days after the South Pacific nation was hit by another 6.1 quake. There was no immediate tsunami warning or any reports of damage or casualties from the quake, which hit at a depth of 73 kilometers, or 47 miles, and at about 474 kilometers or 295 miles north of Vanuatu's island of Santo. The archipelago was hit by a tremor of similar magnitude on July 13th. On that occasion, people were seen running from buildings and items falling from shelves as a result of the quake. Vanuatu is a volcanic island with 24 active and inactive volcanoes on its territory. One of them, located on the Ambai Island, is currently threatening 10,000 people living on its foot, and the thick ash it has been spewing since it started its activity in September is killing crops, polluting water supplies, and fouling the air. The Pacific nation is preparing to permanently evacuate the entire population of the island. People have already been temporarily moved from the volcano's activity started in 2017. Government spokesman Hillary Blue said in May he expected the Council of Ministers to approve a relocation plan within weeks. And there you see the island, where the earthquake was, and Philip. Alright. Next. One oddball among 12 newfound moons discovered orbiting Jupiter. 12 new moons of Jupiter discovered, including one oddball. Scientists have discovered 12 previously unknown moons orbiting Jupiter, and one of them is a real oddball. While hunting for the proposed Planet 9, a massive planet that some believe could lie beyond Pluto, a team of scientists led by Scott Shepard from the Carnegie Institution of Science found the 12 moons orbiting Jupiter. With the discovery, Jupiter now has a staggering 79 known orbiting moons, more than any planet in the solar system. Of the 12 newly discovered moons, 11 are normal, according to a statement from the Carnegie Institution for Science. The 12th moon, however, is described as a real oddball because of its unique orbit and because it is also probably Jupiter's smallest known moon, at least less than 1 kilometer in diameter, Shepard said in the statement. Images taken in May 2018 with Carnegie's 6.5 meter Malaysian telescope at the Las Campanas Observatory in Chile. Alright, in the spring of 2017, these researchers were searching for Planet 9 in the region past Pluto, and Jupiter just happened to be in the sky near the search fields that they were looking. They gave a team a unique opportunity to search for new moons around Jupiter in addition to objects located past Pluto. 9 of the newly discovered moons have retrograde orbits, meaning that they orbit in the opposite direction of the planet's spin. These satellites are part of a large group of moons that orbit in retrograde far from Jupiter. In fact, Jupiter's 67 previous discovered moons, the 33 outermost moons, all have retrograde orbits. 2 of the newly discovered moons orbit much closer to Jupiter and have a prograde orbit, meaning that they orbit the same direction as the planet. These are part of the group of prograde moons that orbit closer to Jupiter than the retrograde moons do. Most of these prograde moons take less than a year to travel around the planet. These two groups of prograde and retrograde moons consist of irregular satellites, or moons whose orbit have irregular or non-circular shapes. In addition, these two groups, Jupiter has regular satellites or moons which nearly circular orbits. These regular satellites consist of an inner group of 4 moons that orbit very closely to the planet and a main group of 4 Galilean moons that are Jupiter's largest moon. The newly discovered oddball moon has a prograde orbit, but it orbits farther from Jupiter than the other moons in large prograde group, and it takes about 1.5 Earth years to complete an orbit. The satellite's oddness comes from its tiny size and the fact, although it's out in the realm of the retrograde moons, it's orbiting in the opposite direction of them. Researchers have proposed naming the oddball Vanuatu after the Roman goddess of health and hygiene. Alright. I did not know that Jupiter had that many moons. 79 moons. That is a lot. Alright. That's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one.